Nerd Reactor, roll out.
What's up, Reactorites? John here, and I just got out of the screening for Avengers Infinity War at the El Capitan, and my mind is blown. This movie's nuts. It's emotionally draining, and if you come out of this movie not feeling anything, you're a robot. But yeah, I have. Oh my god, it's insane. Just the amount of characters that this movie is able to pack in. You got your Guardians of the Galaxy, your Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, Black Panther. His Wakandan warriors, Doctor Strange, and you got Thor, Hulk. You have so many characters. It's just out of this world. My mind is still reeling from just the insanity of the movie. And of course, Thanos is the big bad for this one. He's on a journey and an adventure, I guess, for his point of view, to collect the Infinity Stones. And you need to have 6 Infinity Stones. Once you have that, you're pretty much very powerful. And so this movie is about that journey. And I'm pretty happy about it, just because I was worried that Thanos might not have much screen time for this movie. But the movie's like easily over 2 hours long, probably like around 2 hours and a half. And this is pretty much Thanos' movie. And, Josh Brolin, I have to commend him just for portraying a villain that I kind of want to root for. Like, I want to see him, get all the Infinity Stones. But because I'm actually rooting for him, but then it kind of sucks because of all the Avengers, and I'm rooting for them too. Just because, Thanos is a bad guy. And with the Avengers, they have not met a villain like this before. And it takes like everyone that you know in the MCU to try to tackle this guy, and he's built tough. And the Russo brothers, I have to commend them as well. It's just they all started with Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and that's my probably one of my favorite MCU movies. It's pretty up there. And then it did Captain America Civil War, and that movie, they were able to test out how to flesh well like the Avengers stuff. So like with Captain America Civil War, I kind of think of it as Avengers 2.5, and that was a better Avengers movie for me, at least, than Age of Ultron. And the Russos have proved to the audiences and fans out there that they can pull off an entertaining Avengers film. And now we have this Avengers Infinity War, and they're able to just bring in all the stuff that you love from these films, like the action, the comedy, and out of all those Avengers films, like you feel for the characters. Like, let's say Captain America Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier, the relationship between Bucky and Cap. Like, I felt that, especially at the end. Like, I'm with you to the end of the line. And then for Civil War, it's just seeing pretty much friends, superhero friends, fighting each other, and you're like, no, don't hurt each other. And so with this one, it's Thanos versus everyone, and with these characters that we've been invested in for, for a decade, it's very emotional. And with Thanos, if you read the comics, Thanos, he tears shit up, and you will feel it in this movie. He can take a pounding, and he can dish it out. And the Marvel Cinematic Universe won't be the same after this movie, and it's global. It's intergalactic, and it's like the whole universe is trying to figure out a way to stop Thanos. He's a beast. So you got, your Iron Man, your Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man from the trailers you've seen. They're together, and they're one of the first to find out like what's going on, who's Thanos, and the relationship. I love the relationship between all the characters, between the banter between Iron Man and Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man, and then you have the other groups in Wakanda like Captain America, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and then you have the other group, like the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Thor. So it's like these, they all have their own parts to play, and the movie has been entertaining throughout, and just giving everyone, just great screen time. Everyone has their time to shine, and also emotional moments. One of my favorite character moments is Gamora and Nebula, just because Gamora is the daughter of Thanos, so we really get to see what that relationship is all about, especially with Thanos and Gamora, and Thanos and Nebula, and just to see that just on the screen, it's crazy. And yes, I do suggest that if you watch this movie, bring some tissues, because if you get teary-eyed really easily, or if you cried in the first few minutes of Up, or in the last scene in Toy Story 3 or stuff like that, I cried in those. Bring tissues. Bring like a whole box, and because you'll be tearing up throughout. Like the Marvel movies, they're known to have comedic elements throughout, action elements, but for this one, it has all that comedy, action, but then it also has emotional elements throughout the movie, and it's because we've been raised by these characters for a while. Like, you've grown to love Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Tom Holland as Spider-Man, Chris Evans as Captain America, and all these characters together. It's just it's just a great way to show who these characters are and what matters in our lives, and what's at stake. And the stake is Thanos. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this movie. It's emotional, it's action-packed, it's funny, and all the characters that have grown on you, they're back, and they all have their moment to shine. It's really, the Russos have really done a great job of this movie. I highly recommend watching this, and if you've never seen a Marvel film, watch it from beginning to end, and then watch Avengers Infinity War, because everything is leading up to this moment, and it pays off really well. And Kevin Feige, he's like the mastermind behind all this, and he's great at what he does. I really admire him, and I appreciate what he's done to the MCU. So kudos to Kevin Feige. And as for the Easter eggs, there are like a lot of Easter eggs. And stay at the end of the film, because there is an end credits scene, and this one's pretty surprising, and it's really cool. And yeah, so with that, if you already saw the movie, let me know what you thought about the film on the comments below. And also, I'd like to thank our patrons on Patreon for helping us out with continuing growing this channel. Also, like, share, subscribe. With that, I also want to mention our Facebook group. I'll be there. Other Reactorites will be there. And just check out the link in the description. With that said, I'm John, and I'll see you guys next time.